90% of this city wanted your last client buried. You dug him out anyway. And the corruption case you cracked left one loose thread, a thin trail of money that led somewhere nobody wanted to look. The bench. Judge Raymond Harlow. 22 years in a black robe. 300 verdicts. This morning, the FBI opened the safe in his chambers and found $40,000 in rubber bands. And here is your first lesson in American law. Judges are untouchable, right up until they aren't. Judicial immunity is a shield for judicial acts. Rule against you? Immune. Sentence you harshly? Immune. Take an envelope to do it? That is not a judicial act. That is just a crime with better furniture. The city is celebrating. The man who judged everyone finally gets judged. By whom exactly? That is the problem nobody thought about.
Every judge in this county has eaten lunch with Harlow for 2 decades. Golf, weddings, funerals. In legal terms, that is called the appearance of bias, and appearance alone is enough. One by one, they recuse themselves. 17 judges. 17 not me. So the case does what hot cases do. It moves. Change of venue. New county, new courtroom, new air. And the court imports a referee with no history here. A visiting judge. 200 miles of distance. 0 favors owed. Judge Mercer does not smile, does not blink.
In my courtroom, Your Honor is just the defendant.
Which brings us to the hearing everyone has been screaming about. Whether the most hated man in the state gets to sleep at home tonight.
Bail. The crowd outside wants it denied. The internet wants it denied. Here is what the law wants. The 8th Amendment says no excessive bail. Because bail was never a punishment. It is a deposit. Collateral that guarantees exactly one thing. The defendant shows up. 2 questions decided. Is he a flight risk? Is he a danger? Harlow is 61, owns 1 house, and his face is on every screen in America. He could not flee a parking lot. You argue exactly that. And you remind the room of something uncomfortable. Bend the rules for a man you hate today, and you have taught the system how to bend them for you tomorrow. Then, the prosecution stands up.
300 verdicts. $400 each.
$400. 300 times. The math lands like a body.
Follow what that means. If verdicts were for sale, every verdict he ever touched is now suspect. Post-conviction relief. Convicted people can drag their old cases back into the light and ask, was my judge paid too? This is not theory. In Pennsylvania, 2 judges took kickbacks for shipping teenagers to private detention centers. When it broke, 4,000 convictions collapsed. 4,000! Meanwhile, you have a jury to build. How do you find 12 impartial people to try a man who sentenced half the county? The process is called voir dire. Question them one by one and strike everyone who already decided. 1,000 summonses for 12 chairs. Dana works the courtroom like a scalpel. Your whole defense hangs on one thin thread. Cash in a safe is ugly, but ugly is not illegal. Bribery needs a receipt. This money for that ruling. Then they play the tape. On the recording, a voice you have heard run 1,000 hearings says 4 calm words. Consider it handled.
I know how this ends. I have read this ending to 300 people.
Money, favor, intent. The 3 boxes of bribery, checked, checked, checked. Your client does not rage. He asks for the deal. Of course he does. He has watched 9 out of 10 cases in this country end in a plea bargain. He knows the machine he built, and he knows it does not lose. So here is what you learned this week. Justice is not a person. It is a process. Break the process, and every verdict it ever produced starts to bleed.
5 things worth keeping, counselor. 1. Immunity shields a judge's rulings. never as crimes. 2. When the court knows the defendant, the court steps aside. 3. Bail is a deposit, not a punishment. 4. A dirty judge poisons every verdict he ever signed. 5. Bribery is never just cash. It is cash for something. 300 cases are now headed back for review. The first 30 landed on your desk this morning. Subscribe. The retrial list is long, and you are already on it.